Hello everyone, welcome to ERD Stitches. Today in our tutorial we are going to learn how to cut an airline gown. So I'm going to show you two different ways of cutting airline gown. If you want it fitted, I will show you how to get it fitted and how to get it free. So today is a short airline gown that I'm making. And to determine our fold is the higher circumference of our body, which is the hip, plus 4, 5, 6, 7, depending on how full you want it to be, inches. So today's tutorial, the hip measurement I'm using is 50 divided by 4 is 12.5. So 12.5, I have 17.5 here. That means I added 5 inches to it. So the first thing I did, I folded it into 4. Look at it. This is the first folding, and this is another one. The second one, that's 4 folding. So I got this is my startup point, this place, and I got my armhole depth of 9.5 inches. From there, I got my waist measurement of 17 inches, then my hip measurement of 26 inches, then the full length of this gown I'm working with is 43 inches. So the cloth is remaining like 2.5 inches. I left it for the folding. So now if you want it fitted, so what we'll do now is to input our body measurements. The bust I'm working with is bust 42 divided by 4 is 10.5. So here I will input 10.5, or let me just input 11 inches here. This is my 11 inches here. Then I will also add 1 inch here for ease. Then at the waist measurement, the waist I'm working with is 40 divided by 4 is 10. I can input like 10.5 or 11 inches. Let me just put 11 inches. You know, it's a free gown. Then I will also put 1 inch ease here. Then at the hip I'm working it is 50 divided by 4 is 12.5. So I can make it 13 inches. This is my 13 inches here. And I will also add 1 inch to it. So the next thing I will do is to connect all these points together. Now I'm connecting this way, and this way. So I will also use my pattern master to connect this one this way. I also do same on this place. So now that I'm done connecting it together, the next thing I will do now is to put my long ruler on this place and connect it to my hemline this way, and also this way. So that is it. So to my neck depth, so this is the pieces side. So our neck is going to be neckline is going to be on the folded side here. So for the back neckline, I'm using 4 inches for the width, because I'm cutting both the front and back together. Then I'm using 1 inch for the depth. So I'll connect it this way. So for the front, I'm using the same 4 inches for the width, and I'm using like 5 inches for the depth. So I'll also connect it this way. You can choose the type of neckline, line you want, whether V-neck, over neck, or block neck. So now my armhole. Now my shoulder is 9 inches. This is my shoulder measurement of 9 inches here. From there, I will get my armhole of 9.5. But before that now, I have to come down by 1 inch here and connect it to the slope to form the slope. I connect it this way to form the slope. So I will get the mid of this, which is 4¼ Then from there, I will now curve my armhole. So this now is if you want it fitted. But if you don't want it fitted, what you will do is you from this here chest line here, you just put your ruler this way. If you don't want it fitted, from this chest line, you just put your ruler this way and mark it to the end. Once you have input your bust measurement at the chest line, you just put your ruler. Or you can put like maybe 2 inches is allowance if you want it very free. But me, I'm not going for the fitted one. I just drafted all this to show you how to get a fitted airline gown. So now I'm going for the free one. So what I will do now, from this my chest line here, I will just put my ruler this way and mark it to the hemline here. See, that's what I will do now. So I'm going for this. This is the one I'm going for now. So now that I'm done, I've done that, I will come to this my hemline here. I will go up with like 1½ inch here. Then I will give it a curve this way. Hope you are seeing what I'm doing. So that it will not be too pointed. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to cut this off. Cut it off. We will use it, this same pattern, to cut out our lining. So I'm removing this salvage. I don't need it. So I'm cutting this way. So here now, I'm going to leave like ½ inch up here for the joining of the shoulder. So I'll first cut the back neckline. Then I will open it up and remove the back to cut the front neckline. So I'm cutting the back front neckline now. So this is it. So I'm going to use this to now to cut out the lining. Then we'll now go for sewing. To cut. Okay, now we are going to cut the lining for the back. So I've placed it on it, I've folded it, now I'm cutting it out. So at this hemline now, I'll fold in like 1 inch of my fabrics. My fabrics will be longer with like 1 inch because I'm using the lining to turn it. So I'll cut this way. So this is it. You can see my fabric is longer than the lining. So I'll do the same to the front pattern. We are going to cut out our pockets now. So for those of us that don't know how to cut pocket, it's very simple. This is where you put your hand from. So if you just put your hand like this, you give it allowance and cut it. This one will be okay for our pocket. I'll cut it this way. So this is for our pocket. Because the gown will have pockets. We will cut 4 pieces of this size. 4 pieces of this size. So now that we are done cutting the pocket, the next thing I'm going to do now is to start sewing. So I'm going to open it up like this. So I'll put my lining on the right side and sew. I'll put my lining on the right side this way. So I'm going to sew with 1/2 inch like this. I will do the same to this one. So I'm done notching. The next thing I'm going to top stitch. I'll push it on the lining side and sew on it round. I will do the same to the other one too. Okay, now I'm going to put our pocket. So I'll measure my half length. My half length is 17 inches. I'll step down by 1 inch. That's 18 inches. So at this 18 inches now, that is, I will notch the 18 inches here. That's where my pocket will start from. I'll give it a notch this way. So what I will do now, I'll put it this way. Right side facing right side. From this point, I will sew it. I'll sew it this way. I will do same in all the 4 sides of the clothes. Okay, you can see I'm done fixing it on this side also. I did same on the back also. See it. See it also. So the next thing I'm going to do now is still my lining facing my right side, the right side of my material now. Then you take your pocket inside this way. It will be inside the mat fabrics. So your lining will be on top of it this way. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to stitch the down this way. Then and also stitch the side on the two of them. Okay guys, you can see I'm done stitching the side and the down. You see the pocket is inside. See, it is inside. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to put my hand inside from my armhole like this and turn it to the right side. So you can see this is what I have now. So I'm going to give it a hot press. When I'm done giving it a hot press, I will join it. So what I'm going to do now is I will put it right side facing right side together this way. You see the pockets? See the pockets? They are lining now. So I will put the shoulder this way. Put it together this way. Use my lining and turn it this way, and so I will do same on this one. When I'm done doing it, we'll bring it to the sleeve. The sleeve length I'm going to be needing is 12 inches, but I will add 1 inch for joining allowance. That's 13 inches. So this is my 13 inches. This is not the end of the sleeve because I'm going to, this is the basic sleeve, then I will attach a puff at the downside of it. So that puff I'm going to attach will be like 7 or 8 inches so that it can puff very well. So now I'm going to cut my basic sleeve. I folded it into 4 because I want to cut the two together. So now what I will do now is to get my cap height. If you don't know how to cut a basic sleeve, you can watch my video on ERD Stitches on how to cut a basic sleeve. So go to my YouTube channel, ERD Stitches. You will see how to cut a basic sleeve there. It's well detailed there. So now the round sleeve I'm using is 18 divided by 2. That is 9. So 9 plus 1, that is 10. So I'm making use of 10. So this is my 10. So the I'm using is 18 inches divided by 2, that is 9 inches. So I'm adding 1 inch to it to get 10. This is my 10 now. So this is it. So here now we measure my round sleeve. Sleeve here is 12. Divided by 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7 inches. So this is my 7 inches here. So I'll connect the 2 points together. And connect it this way with my pattern master. You can use straight ruler to connect it. So this is the sleeve now. Here I have my back sleeve and my front sleeve. So I'm going to cut it out now. So I'm cutting from here first. I'll first cut the back sleeve first, which is this one. Then I will open it up to cut my front sleeve. So now I'm cutting my front sleeve. So I'm done now for the sleeve. So the next thing I'm going to do now is, like I told you, I did the two together. So the next thing that I'm going to do now is to cut the balloon. I told you to have puff at the downside. So that I will cut it as a straight line. Then I will print it. I'll cut it as a straight line and print it. So there, the round sleeve I have there is 12. I can get like times 2 of that 12 or times 3 if you have enough material. So that you print it. Here I have is on fold. I have 19. That's 38. Or I can make it 17. That's 34. 34 is okay. 34 inches is okay for me. So 34 inches, I'm going to put it on fold. Like I told you, I'm cutting for the 2 sleeves. So I'm using like 8 inches, both the joining and the elastic. Or I can make it, this 9.5 is okay, so that it will be fine. 9.5 is okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'll cut it this way. Then I will cut it open this way to divide it into 2. So that's what I will do now. That's for the sleeve, the puff. And this is it. So I'll also cut it open here to get the two. So what I'm going to do now is I will pleat one side of here to get 12 inches. Then the down here will carry elastic, 1/2 inch elastic, so that it will gather it together. I will do same on this one. Okay, now guys, you can see I'm done pleating the one I will use for the puff. So what I will do now is here on this my sleeve here, I'll place it here like this, and so see it is exactly the same 12. Then I will sew it. By the time I finish sewing it, I'll turn it this way. I've ironed it, you can see, and I've already hemmed it down. This done, I'm going to fix 1/2 inch elastic inside it. So when I'm done doing it now, the next thing I will do now is to float. Okay, you can see I'm done joining it. You see the way it came out. So now I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix it to the gown. There are many ways to fix your sleeve. You can turn it right side facing right side this way, close it up, then attach it to your sleeve. Or you can also fix it the way it is now. I've not shaped. You notch the center of this thing match it to the center of the cloth, then sew this way, then you close, shape together. That's what I'm going to do now. So you can see I'm done fixing the sleeve. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'll turn it to the wrong side this way. I'll turn it to the wrong side. So then I will stitch it this way, this way, this way to the sleeve. I will do same to the other side.